this life, gotta make your own deals, chase your own thrills, pay your own bills. On the outer loop, sitting on chrome wheels, phone synced up to the newest chrome bills. On air, who cares if it's right or wrong? I just care which guests they invited on. Without a minute to stall, and there was liquor involved with some hype songs. And the night is young. Right on cue, the talking begins, and we check out what Steve Bills got on the blends. A bit grimy, a backdrop from the late 80s to the mid 90s, till it finally takes us to a rhythm that works. And K Chrome spits a verse that he didn't rehearse. Both flex skills, proving it's all in. So gather round for the newest installment, Chrome Bills. Episode number. Set it straight. 108. Missing in action tonight is the one and only C's Mike's, the linchpin. If I'm Papa Bills, then he's the linchpin. But we do have a special guest on the show.
Who are you?
The one and only Maticulous. What's up, man? How are you?
What's going on? Thanks for having me.
Hell yeah. Steve, how are you doing?
I'm chilling, man. I fucking love this beat, dude. I was vibing out on this earlier today.
Ain't nobody ever done before.
Oh, that's the intro, right?
The stellar
It
intro.
sound like something that's always been there forever.
Did you track down instrumentals, or are you playing the one with the vocals?
I am playing the one with the vocals.
That would be
we got a few seconds to go here.
I would say for fans of the show, they would know that Steve routinely plays instrumentals that actually have vocals on them, preferably in the middle of freestyle sessions.
One of the worst DJs you'll ever see, or hear.
You got your own style.
Yeah, fuck it, man.
So before we dive into the interview, I don't want this part to get lost. You went to a concert on Tuesday.
I did.
What, 9:30 Club?
Definitely. Camp Low and Diggable Planets, man. Back for a limited time only.
And that show's been selling out everywhere, right?
It was sold out on a Tuesday night. You know what I mean? We were going up on a Tuesday for real. It was dope, dude. Packed venue, 9:30 Club. I don't know if anybody's ever been there. It's one of the best venues in DC to go check out a show. And it was hot as fuck. I'm not going to lie. I almost passed out a few times standing in there, sweating very nicely. But yeah, man, both of those Camp Low's set was extremely tight. They had a very ill DJ with them. They basically, I feel like they did the whole album. You know what I mean? And
What, the most recent one?
no, it wasn't that one. No, Uptown Saturday Night.
There you go.
I think they might have done one song off of the new album. You know, but yeah, they kept it true to form. And then DPs came out, and they had about a 5-piece band, I want to say. And, you know, in the middle of doing all their songs, like original versions of their songs, like they would do jam sessions in between each track. And if you've been following Ish Butterfly recently, you know, he's a weird kind of eclectic cat. And so he was just, you know, they just kind of let him set it off and build a vibe. And then the other band members would fill in, dude. So they performed like almost 2 hours. So.
And what's the band that he's in that you've tried to hit me to?
Shabazz Palaces.
Yes.
Yeah, I was very psyched. I wore my Shabazz Palaces t-shirt there, and I made friends with somebody who also had a Shabazz Palaces t-shirt on there. I felt special about that. But yeah, it was cool, man. It was dope. I got a picture with Geechee Suede. I did not get a drop because he was getting hounded outside 9:30 Club. But yeah, all in all, man, really, really dope.
All right, speaking of drops, and this will be a nice segue, I learned a lot about Maticulous from the interlude on the EP that has JZone talking to Chief Chinchilla. Can you give me the JZone drop real quick? Because it's definitely all the same aliases as the beginning of the album.
I gotta find it. It's been a minute.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome
No,
to
that ain't it.
They had one.
Okay, that's not
What
it.
up, y'all? This is Wax.
No, that is not it.
This is Cubby Bear.
Nope.
Yo, what up? This is JZone.
Here we go.
AKA, yo, what up? This is JZone, a.k.a. Chief Chinchilla, the Onion Ring Pimp. You're checking out Chrome Bills. Stay tuned.
That's right.
He's a Chief Chinchilla, the onion ring pimp. So let's dive right into that. What was the connection there? And do you just want to give your background in general, that your history with Fat Beats, because I assume that's sort of the bridge into the scene.
Yeah, I moved here from Pennsylvania in 2004, and I started interning with Fat Beats around March of that year. And I was with the company for about 6 years, and Jay always used to come to the store. I would manage and did all the inventory buying and stuff from 04 to 07. And yeah, he would come in and we just hit it off over, like, we kind of had a jaded sense of the music business at that time. That was even before I started putting stuff out. Can I swear?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Fuck yes.
Yeah, all right. Fucking A. But yeah, when I put out my first project in 2011, I wanted to have him on it for sure, because I just knew him for long, and I was a fan. And he wasn't rapping at the time. So he said, like, I'll do your intro, or I'll do an interlude, or something like that. And I was like, intro. He's got to be my intro. Because he was doing those Chief Chinchilla mixtapes at the time. You remember, like, Gators and Furs or whatever. So, yeah, I had to, like, give him a fly beat that he could just talk his shit over.
So got the JZone Root for the Villain on the bookshelf right there,
great book.
actually.
Yeah, definitely.
Good deal.
So that Eclipse is over at Fat Beats as well, right? Was that?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
he's not there anymore because Fat Beats, they closed the store
Right.
in 2011, and then they moved the distribution to LA. It's in LA now. So Eclipse is here doing he is the DJ for Nonfiction. He goes on tour with them. He goes on tour with La Coca Nostra, and
Right, I followed
that's
the halftime radio shit. You know?
oh yeah, for sure, yeah.
He's
Just
always
ended, right?
It ended this year. But he does a show every Sunday on Sirius called Rap Is Out of Control from 10 to 12, I think, Sundays on Sirius channel 45.
right.
Look at me, I'm giving him an ads like crazy.
Right. Well, he also puts out
Bill's
like,
bump.
he also puts out uploads like the illest golden era mixtapes and
Oh, for
recordings
sure, yeah.
from the radios, dude. So I mean,
he was my first boss, basically.
Okay.
'Cause
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah.
So why Fat Beats? Like, why did you decide to come to Fat Beats and start working there?
Yeah, I actually started with DJ Honda, but I wasn't really learning anything. I was there for a couple months, and it was more like just managing the store, and I just wanted to talk to artists more often.
Okay.
And I didn't see anyone. I didn't meet anyone. So I interned at the store and met a lot of people in the first month, and I was like, I'm at the right spot.
Right.
Plus, it was just so crazy to work at a store that just had vinyl. Like, I'd never seen anything like it before.
So are you a collector? I mean, is that
Yeah,
that
I
obviously means something to you? Like,
Yeah,
Okay.
vinyl is everything.
okay, respect.
Yeah.
And refresh my memory, because I've been to the Fat Beats when it was there. I remember going to like an Atmosphere in-store or something like that.
Oh yeah,
Right
that was
around
probably
the-
crazy.
Yeah, right around it was when God Loves Ugly came out. I remember they did a show with like it was like Aesop Rock and JZone were the openers.
Wow.
But at that point, New York was just this big amorphous blob, and I went there, once a year and
Yeah.
just like got in a cab and gave an address. But where was the Fat Beats in New York?
It was originally it was in the East Village, but then in 97 they moved. I think it was 97. They moved to 6th Avenue between 8th and 9th Street, above a spot called Bagel Buffet.
Yep.
Okay, and that's the one I went to, was the upstairs.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
it.
I believe if you actually look up the history of Fat Beats, somebody recently put out like a blog post about kind of the history of the store, and it was probably it's a really dope read.
I think it was. I forget the name of the site. It was a nice site. For
yeah,
sure.
it was a
Good
good
article.
write up. Yep. And
I went to the one in Amsterdam when I was
Oh,
out
you
there
did?
in probably like 2005. Yeah,
Nice.
it's like right in the downtown.
Yeah.
Chiba, y'all.
I went there. I think I went there in '98, hoping to meet Percy P, because I heard that he always hung out there, and I did. He wasn't
Yeah.
there that day.
You're like,
He-
what
he-
the fuck?
He had just moved to Cali when I came in 2004. Everyone would talk about Percy P, but there were
Right.
still dudes trying to do the same sort of hustle, similar that he did. But he was the only one that kind of had that success
Right.
from just like pushing his stuff in front of Fat Beats.
So besides you blowing up, is there anybody else from Fat Beats who's blown up since 2004 that you're kind of like, holy shit, that's crazy?
Well, yeah, I mean, there was a crew that formed when I went to the warehouse. They were called Brown Bag. They're called Brown Bag All Stars, and just a couple of those guys were interns for me. And Audible Doctor and I actually put out a project together. And he's
that's
produced,
crazy.
He's produced joints for 50 Cent and I can't remember the other one, but they're
Sure.
Joel Ortiz.
Right.
Yeah.
Was Solcon in that same?
Yeah,
band?
yeah. He was there. He's in Brown Bag with Audible Doctor.
Okay, is it just the two of them?
No, it's him and then this dude J57 and Concept, and their DJ is E Holla, who also DJs for Torre, and then DJ Element.
And J57's the dude that did the remix on the El Sphinx.
Yeah, he's down with Pig's Food.
Yeah.
So.
Shout out to those guys.
Super talented, man.
Still pumped for hooking up the Doppelgangers interview.
Oh,
What was that? Two episodes back.
Two episodes back, yeah, for sure. We're all
Good
super
one.
excited about that.
Gassed. Super gassed.
Yeah, they're dope.
So
Very
did you move to New York City just because you wanted to pursue hip hop as a career?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
Like you might as well. You got to go there or LA, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
And I thought this would be the best place to learn just everything.
Uh huh.
And I have to ask this to every producer: Did you ever mess with the microphone at all? You know, because my man Steve Bills has this one verse that we always go back to.
Cup of coffee with the mic.
Cup of coffee with the mic.
Yeah, a little bit in college, but my brain doesn't work as a rapper. It works as a beat maker, producer. So
Okay.
But by the way, that might be the episode title: is "Cup of Coffee with the Mic."
It's actually kind of brilliant.
That's what's up.
yeah.
And so you got you just put out a tape, fittingly named. We appreciate the shout out to the show. No,
Unintentional, intentional.
Yeah, the Chrome tape.
Yeah.
That's out on. You said Fat Beats.
Yeah, Fat Beats is distributing it. They haven't started selling it yet. I started selling it 2 weeks ago on my Bandcamp only, but they'll have it for distribution, so it'll be all out all throughout the world.
And that one, unlike the Maticulous LP, that one is all instrumental.
This is just all instrumentals. And,
Dope.
It's the only format is cassette. It comes with a download card, but the B-side has beats that are only on the tape. It's the project I did with Audible Doctor, but it's just the instrumentals.
Really
Beautiful.
Okay. And that's
I
what
love
you
it.
gave. The download card you gave me just as for later.
Yeah, but if you want a tape, I can hit you up with the tape.
I was gonna
What
say
do you think is
I kind of
the-
needed tape, dude.
I know you want a tape. Steve purposely buys old car stereos to listen
That's
to tapes
dope.
on his way to work.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
I love it, man.
What I think there's been obviously a resurgence in cassette tapes. Do you? I mean, part of it I think just seeing it, there's a nostalgia, but do you find that you're actually going back and listening to music on that format when you were mixing the instrumentals down? Are you doing it on a digital format but envisioning it on tape? Like how does that go into it? Is it more that at the end you're like, yeah, this would work as a tape?
Honestly, I mix everything as it's gonna be kind of for vinyl. It's mixed just a little bit differently for vinyl, but it works great for digital. But I don't ever mix for cassette because I know people I talk to people most of the time, they just buy it to have it, but they're even so, like my tapes, I listen to them and they sound, it's not as crystal clear as a digital file or whatever, but it's
Right.
just it's dope to play a tape.
It's got a certain warmth to it.
Totally. Yeah.
Certain error sounding to it. Like sometimes the reels speed up or slow down just ever so slightly.
Exactly.
It's nice.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can dig,
Character.
I
There's
can
like
dig
a
it.
muddiness too. I mean, when
Yeah,
I think of when I think about cassettes, like Method Man to Cal.
Wow.
Was one of those albums that
Wow, good pull,
It's just
dude.
like right around when I started getting stuff on CD. It's probably like I got, I think I knew it as the purple tape, but I think the
Yeah.
first time I got Raekwon, I probably got it as a CD or a burnt CD. But
Yep.
like to Cal, and it just has that feel that even if I heard it on CD today, I would think of it as a tape.
Yeah.
There's like a certain like airiness and muddiness and almost like a distance to the music, but I mean that in a positive. The disassociativeness of like the sound is not a negative, and it also makes the bass feel a lot. It's like a lot less calculated while still being loud.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good description.
That was very nice, dude. I think I just teared up a little bit.
It's episode
new
108.
tapes.
I've learned to articulate my thoughts just a little bit.
New tapes, though, in my experience, unless you mix it or you want it to sound super dirty, they sound pretty good.
Yeah.
The new tapes. I mean, it doesn't have that 94, 95 hiss to it. which is, like you said, there's a character to the hiss, but it's kind of cool to play a tape and have it sound really good.
So are people making? Let me phrase the question differently, and this could be directed to both of you guys. When you listen to a tape, via what device? Like, what are you using to?
I have a boombox.
So it's an old boombox?
Yeah. But it has the auxiliary hookup in the back, but I tried it once and I was like, this feels weird. So I just hit play on the boombox and let it rock like that.
And Steve, you're doing it just in your car?
No, I got a thrift store tape deck over here.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, and I have to turn it off when I'm not listening to it because if I keep the power on, it always spins. So like, yeah, but it's nice, dude.
And I saw that Sketch McGinney, he put out something recently too that was called the Walkman Sessions or the Walkman EP.
Right.
And it was the Sony, the yellow Sony Walkman.
Yeah.
You had to flip closed.
So classic.
That was the album cover.
I mean, it was big when auto reverse came out. I feel like we're waxing nostalgic about cassettes right now. So yo, how do you pick like which rappers you want on each beat that you have, man? Because I know you have. It looks like you have a ton of features, man.
Can you you have the list in front of you? Just rattle off some names for the listeners to
well, I mean,
even further to check this out.
Chrome Bill's favorite, Your Old Droog, is on the first track off the
There you
Meticulous
go.
LP. Then he's got a Little Fame feature on the next track, which is crazy to me. I think Little Fame is like one of the most underrated rappers of all time.
Yeah, for sure.
Raw Digga, Rock from Helter Skelter, Guilty Simpson, Hubs, never heard of him, but
He's
piece
from
I
Pittsburgh.
like. Yeah, the track was dope.
Sixburg in the house.
Hassan Mackey, Greg Grease, Beatty, Reach, Johnny Burgos, Master Ace, Blue, Folkland, YU from Diamond District. Yeah. And I was actually going to say, the Master Ace track, I have one of the Master Ace track that is like a topic song. He's got a handful of these tracks where he kind of is like picks a topic and then he does every like variation of a name,
Yeah.
Like he did one with like soap and like soda or something like that, I feel like. Yeah, so that's dope, dude. You got that. That's a piece of history,
Yeah, I was fortunate to link up with him, and he said he was writing to it, and then a week later he's like, yeah, I'm done. He's like, this shit's going to be dope. And then he came over to Skiz's spot to record it, and he did it in one take, and I hadn't heard a rough or anything. I was like, damn, it's one take, and it came out like that. That's why he's a legend, man. He's dope. He handles his shit.
Yep.
Now, when you kind of echoing your question, your original question, Steve, is that do you say this is the beat I could hear Master Ace on, or is it the hey man, I've got a ton of beats, like here's 20 of them.
No,
let me know what moves you.
No, I don't do it like that because I feel like you can't complete a cohesive project if you're sending a bunch of beats, because then they pick one that you might not want on your project. For my producer EP and my LP, I map out the beats in a row, which how I want to make the album, and then I pick who would fit, what voices fit there. I think it's a little bit backwards and it takes longer, but I'm happier with the product.
So using the Droog example, you're thinking this is the beat that sets off the album, and then you just start saying, well, who could get on it?
Yeah. The weird thing, though, was like I knew I wanted that as my intro, but I didn't know I wanted a rapper on it. I kind of wanted some scratches like how it was in the beginning, but I wasn't sure how I wanted to do it. But then I thought he would sound perfect over it, and it's a
perfect Droog beat for sure, man.
Thank you.
I think we may have said this on another episode because the last couple I've gotten like borderline blacked out drunk, but the Droog's game of like the way that he shows up on features, not that he doesn't kill it on his own shit, but he's been showing up on, I would say, on the Meticulous joint. He's on the West Side Gun joint. He absolutely murders. I feel like anything that I catch him on, he kills.
That doppelganger shit that he just did was crazy.
The doppelgangers one, that might have been the one that prompted me to start waxing about Droog on features. Because now I'm running out of how many. I'm like, all right, what else is he on? The joint with Nas, the Nas Droog song, long awaited.
Yeah.
It's called Who Is Who? Hashtag.
So actually, meticulous. Did you meet Droog in person or did you hear him first?
Well, I mean, I heard his music and then we met.
Okay. Did you think he sounded like Nas for a minute there?
I mean, there
I
was
can't talk to you.
one
I can't
track
talk to you.
on his. Can you hear me? I'm sorry.
No, I was fucking around.
There was one joint on his first project. I was like, I kind of see it, but no.
Okay.
Not at all.
Nutty bars. We had heated debates on this podcast.
What
when all that was going
were
on.
your stances?
I'm still convinced that he is Nas,
No,
even though
he's
I've seen it. I feel like he has like a Russian guy suit that he wears around. Nas is just we're gonna peel his face
Steve
off.
was pulling like old Twitter references where he's like, Sasha Jenkins was hanging out with Nas and said something's brewing on May something 2014.
I definitely went deep, dude.
we
He
had
has a reference. There's a reference to Illmatic on that EP that he came out with. You know, he has references to like Pete Search and Pete Nice on there. You know, and I was like, man, this has got to be it.
It's a smart game plan for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's his voice. He didn't do it on purpose, you know. But
Right.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think it worked to his benefit to have that kind of mystery, you know.
It's the Bronson discussion. And I'll go back to what I always said, that if I could sound like Nas, there's no way I would sound the way I do. Like they were like, do you want to keep your rap voice or do you want to sound like Nas? I'd be like, give me the Nas one, please.
Yeah. What was that dude that tried to be like Jay-Z? Angelus? Was that his name?
Yeah, he was on the reason I remember him was the Black Keys did the album with RZA. And he was on a bunch of that, and I remember I was like, damn, this dude really sounds like Jay.
Yeah.
Yo, did you guys hear this Eminem sound alike? Hold up.
Which one?
There's this one dude who sounds just like fucking Eminem.
Why does it always sound like I'm grabbing my nostrils?
Hold up.
What are you queuing it
That
up?
was the M I used to listen to all the time. The nostrils M.
Oh, the nostrils M was the best.
Yeah.
Actually, Steve and I have debated this. Steve is one of the
I
people
like the-
that
I
actually,
like the weird
he
British
likes
voice.
funny voice.
I like the funny voice
voice.
Eminem. I love
Oh
him.
my god, no,
Dude, I think that's like when he was kind of the most, you know, he was like off the hinges, dude.
There's some
the pain,
like
the
hip-hop.
pain, the pain pills, like Indian Brit Eminem was the greatest to me.
There's some hip hop counterculture shit in your DNA that just makes you say that because it's not
I agree.
what anyone else says.
Yeah, I agree.
Wait, what era is the funny voice era?
It's
It was like
recovery.
3 a.m.
Oh yeah, it's 3
yeah,
o'clock in the morning.
Oh,
People
Yeah, yeah.
are snoring.
I went heavy on that album, man. That's a cool fucking album.
I liked a couple tracks on there, but yeah, it's different now.
Yeah, different.
So as far as meeting MCs, was a lot of that people coming into the store? Was there ever Eminem at
Actually,
Fat Beats?
Yes, but I wasn't there that day.
Dagger.
You mean recently? It was what was first Recovery. He came in and talked to whoever was in the front, and he was just hanging out, asking people what they thought of the album. Basically.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But how does like the collaborations you start putting, especially the songs with multiple tracks? Like, multiple MCs? Like the joint that there's the video for that it's got Rusty Jooks, it has R.A. the Rugged Man, and it has Rock from Helter Skelter. So is that you? All right, I have a relationship with these three guys, and I can kind of pull it and tell the other one that they're going to be on it, or is I got 5 people in mind for this track? Let me see who sticks.
I didn't answer your first part. I met a bunch of people at the store, but I wasn't making music at that point. Like I was kind of still learning. I wasn't ready to put anything out. When I went to the warehouse and I did A&R, that's when I decided I was going to start making music. I met Rusty through Marco Polo because they did an album together, and
Fire album. The execution is a fire album.
And I had been talking to R.A. because I wanted to work with him, and he had never worked with any Duck Down artists at all up until that point. And I was like, man, a Rusty R.A. joint would sound crazy. And then I was like, it needs a hook. And I linked up with Rock, and he did a hook and a verse. So, yeah, it was the first time R.A. worked with Duck Down or any of those artists, and it came out nice. That was the first joint I ever released.
Oh, that was? Okay.
Yeah, that was my first song. Video.
That's got to feel good to hit like that, you know?
Yeah, and it was a different time back then too. I mean, I feel like there's so much stuff, and like you could get really good coverage on like an OK Player or whatever. But
Yeah.
back then, when you got coverage like on Nah Right, that video, I don't know. I think I had 50,000 views in the first week, and
Wow.
there's no way that happens now for
No.
like an indie producer or artist because there's so much.
There's
shit out.
there's too much stuff out right now.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
get inundated, you know.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what are you even checking for now? Like what are the artists that are coming out now that you as the part of you that's still a fan is like,
Oh,
I
I'm still a
can't
fan
wait.
first. There's just far less stuff that I'm happy with, you know. Like
Yeah, with being a hardcore fan comes the knowledge to make accurate criticisms,
being
which was kind of what this show
jaded.
formed out of, right?
Yeah.
Was us just being like, I am so opinionated, but have so much ability to back up my opinions that
You need
we
to
could
start a
talk for
podcast.
hours.
Yeah. I love Kendrick. I thought that album was the best,
Completely agree.
man. And I think, you know, he could have put out anything and people would have supported it, but the route he went and the musical stylings that were delivered, it was just classic. I love it.
Yeah.
That's
a heavily layered album, you know?
Yeah.
There's so many levels to that album.
Yeah. I like Anderson .Paak.
Yeah, I've been
however
coming
you
around
say
on
it.
that, definitely.
He's really talented.
Steve, you listen to that?
To be honest, man, I haven't.
You got to check.
I need
You should
to
dive
get
in
up on that.
I think you would like it.
I love the tracks he was on the Dr. Dre album for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, it was set up real nice. But this is more of like an R&B album.
Right.
I remember when the Schoolboy Q album came out, I texted Steve and the other guy that we do the show with, Cole, and I was like, yo, you guys got to check this. And it was just that I was so gassed off the first song that has Anderson .Paak on it.
Yeah.
It was so dope. And then like not that I dislike the album, but it kind of just like settled into the record that it was. I was like, okay, maybe I shouldn't have sent like the "you need to check this today" text.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
could have just
Right.
been, hey,
Right.
I'm checking this out. It's
That
cool.
happens with the first track, you know?
It does. Sometimes
it's
you
like,
get
this is
hyped.
going to be the best album ever.
Can't bury the lead, man. If you got
yeah, for
if
sure.
you got a banger, if you got a gem on there, it's
Yeah.
got to
Right.
be track 1 or 2. I feel like 1 can get the skip. It's a very ADD generation now.
Oh.
Yeah.
And sometimes if you hear someone talking, if you hear like, yo, this is JZone, like someone might actually just go ahead and,
Yeah,
and
I mean,
skip it.
it's crazy, right?
yo, this is pace 1. You're listening to Chrome Bills.
That's honestly why I keep my tracks short, because I know people, like, even if they like the track, I would rather them rewind it than skip it. You know what I mean?
I've noticed that your projects, the two that I know well, which is the EP and the LP, are they're a very like commute based length for me. Like I start it and it's about a half hour front to back. I think a lot of people have a half hour commute. And it's like you put it in, I get all the way through, and then it's on
Yeah,
to the
that's
next.
dope. That's
Yeah,
real
so
Interesting.
I
Yeah.
I like. It reminds me of like the Bob Marley length too, where I think the propensity now, especially when where people aren't typically pressing vinyl and a lot of stuff is digital, is to say fuck it. Like I'm gonna put 25 songs out because I got it.
Right.
Right. And
Yeah.
then instead of realizing like, all right, how do I want this package to feel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Hey,
that's
yo.
the most.
Can I get a
Wow.
hey, yo? Can I
Pause.
get a hey, yo?
Pause.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the
Oh,
Hold
shit.
on, hold on. That's not the Odyssey drop. Yeah, there you go. Hey yo.
Yeah, that's the most important thing to me, is having a full project you can just listen to front to back, as opposed to like 30 joints on a CD that you're like, like 3, you know?
Yeah. So do you
What
mix
was
any, do you
Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was going to say, do you mix your own stuff?
I've mixed my last couple projects, my instrumental joint. I did not mix my LP, but I'm starting to do more. I pre-mix the beats and I tell the engineer how I want it to sound. So I kind of
Okay.
do like the pre-mix thing, but I'm doing more so now. And the dude NASA, I don't know. Are you familiar with Cannibal Ox and
Yep.
Def Jux era?
Yeah, definitely.
He was the engineer during that time. He
He got a lot of
Aesop.
shout outs on. He got a lot of shout outs on songs
for
and
sure.
stuff.
And
Yeah.
I met him in Fat Beats too, and he introduced. I'm like, yo, are you NASA from? Yeah. And
Who did we had someone on that was like 1 degree of separation? Oh, it was the guy? Have you ever seen the Adult Rappers documentary?
Oh yeah.
And it's the
Wait.
dude from
No.
Paul
I
Paul
haven't.
Iannicino.
Yeah, the dude from Hangar 18. He was the DJ for Hangar 18.
Yeah.
That's actually a great Chrome Bills episode for people to go back
for
and
sure.
check.
Yeah.
That's a highlight.
Yeah,
and
they
And if
did
you
a
haven't seen that
recommend
documentary,
the documentary's
that's
dope as
an
shit.
amazing documentary.
Yeah, I wanted to check that out. They did In Stores and Fat Beats too for when they what was the album called in 2004?
It's called the Multi-Platinum album.
That's
or
exactly.
something like
Yeah.
that. It's a great name.
Yeah, I remember that In Store.
The world famous K chromosome. I'm changing my rap name.
You're killing it, dude.
Yo, and what was I about to ask? While I'm thinking of this, I want to shout out. We actually met at a bar, and I want to shout out Gary Forsyth.
Yeah, man.
That's the homie
yeah.
at Norman's Kill in Williamsburg.
That's my dude.
When Maticulous and I met, it was I was hanging out at a bar. He showed up. He was drinking. I know the bartender. He knows him. He knows that the two of us like hip hop. And he's like, yo, you guys should talk because his record release party, and this was for the Maticulous LP, he's like, is in an hour, and it's a block away from here.
Are you serious?
Eclipse was
The
DJing.
bartender set
Yeah.
you guys up on a blind date? Is that what I just heard?
Yeah, for
Pretty much. I mean, we were already sitting next to each other at the bar.
sure. I lost my headphones.
Oh, did you?
Sorry,
Shit.
man.
No, you're good.
Yeah, Gary. I used to just go in there and
How's that? Is that fixed?
yeah, it's good. Thanks.
Okay, good. You can slide over if you want. I'll slide this way. Not enough slack on that thing. Hey, yo.
My bad.
It's Chrome Bills up in this bitch.
Scoot closer to me. Let's talk about our first time we met.
Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Hey, yo.
It's not like that. But yeah, so yeah, we met at the bar, and Gary's cool as shit, and he loves hip hop. So
You ever heard any of his stuff?
yeah, he actually put out an album on SoundCloud maybe 4 or 5 months ago. It's
Yeah.
like a 4-track EP. But yeah, like we were talking, and I ended up giving him a copy of my record, and he was like, I don't know about, because you get a lot of music when you talk music.
He said, I don't know about this.
Well, yeah, and like he texted me later. He's like, whatever. This is the best shit I've
Oh, okay,
got
alright.
from anybody like just that I haven't met before. And he's like, I thought this was gonna suck. I'm really glad it's good, because it would have been weird then. Like if I came into, I'm like, dude, just give me a whiskey, and he'd be like, all right, just whatever.
Right. All right, just no whack beats tonight,
yeah,
all right?
exactly.
Yeah,
Chuck,
I was,
have you-
I was
Chuck, have
shocked.
you
I was
get-
very positively surprised when I checked his shit out, because he rhymes and did all the beats.
Yeah,
for real?
And he
Okay.
was in a rock group during like the Warped Tour era. Man, I forget the name of it.
Yeah,
But
he
toured,
did not
like, he
strike
toured-
me as hip hop when I met
Not
him.
at all. Yeah, but he toured. He had a pretty successful group in that time, but I forget the name of
He's
it.
in like Limp Bizkit or something? Or what?
No, nothing like that. It was like the dudes that would open like the first level Warped Tour type thing.
I
Okay.
missed that. I played
Got
at
you.
the Warped Tour in like 2001 and 2002.
Did you
only
really?
only at the local stops at Nissan Pavilion
That's dope.
in Virginia.
I handed out vegan leaflets at a Warped Tour once.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I
That is
did.
not a joke.
What did they say? You can get here for free if you hand out these leaflets or whatever.
I've told you my story about that when
I was going
actually,
anti-ham on the leafleting.
It brings it full circle because it brings in R.A. the Rugged Man and C's.
Okay.
So me and C's were sitting at we had a booth at Scribble Jam. You know what Scribble Jam was?
Yeah, of
like
course.
in
Scribble
Ohio.
Jam.
Scribble Jam, and it was
Scribble
they had
Jam.
an empty booth next to us on both sides because we were that popping.
Dude, you guys were popping
So
with the
on one of them, they were
underarm
like,
sweat.
"We're just gonna let the dudes that are only here for one night flip on that." So on the left side, it was Doja Ray's the first night,
Okay.
and then it was R.A. the Rugged Man the second night.
Uh-huh.
On the right side of us, when they were filling it up, they put PETA in there,
Oh,
and
tight.
they were playing on a constant loop on these old like tube televisions that they had somehow gotten power to. Just videos like a 15-second
Oh,
gif
no.
of
Like, just
chickens
pigs
getting
getting
their
their-
heads cut off. And
Oh,
shit like that.
Jesus.
And it was like the first time I bonded with RA we were just like, dude, how did we end up? How is our stuff here? Like, at least you're on the other side, and people are coming to check RA, and then they're like, who are these dudes?
That's a hilarious.
Because I
way
was
to-
getting no spillover from the PETA tent, and they're like, all right, what's this album with like a weed leaf on it?
That's dope.
Who are these
And you-
resonation guys?
Oh shit. Yeah, RA's dope to work with. Yeah. He came over, he wanted to work on the drops whenever we did Body the Beat. He came over to my apartment. He's like, yeah, because I love doing drops, and he was like that adamant about getting his drops right too. So I was like,
what do you mean
"Alright,
about
man,
what do you mean by drops?
You know, when you drop out the beat and like you just hear the lyrics, no drums or whatever, and you bring
Oh,
the
I
beat
got you.
back
Okay,
in.
it's sequencing shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. But was there a question or?
I don't know. Hey,
I think I
tell
lost-
us more
you know
about
what?
R.A. the Rugged Man. I don't know. He seems like such an interesting guy because it's the hip hop stuff, but then he like does. He's like a film fanatic, and he knows everything about all these different directors and fucking movies, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We never really get to talk movies, but he's into like, you know, horror movies and boxing and rap.
Right.
So
Yeah. Did you ever
Boxing,
hear when
certainly.
he got into like an argument on the radio with Floyd Mayweather once?
yeah,
I was in
Did
my
you-
car. It was on Shade 45 or
he's
whatever it was at
knowledgeable,
the
man.
time.
He knows his shit.
He's like, that's why you duck in Bama.
Yeah.
So like,
That's fucking legendary right there.
you wanna? I need a beer. Do you want to play a song?
Yeah,
You
definitely,
wanna play something?
definitely. I
We'll
mean,
play
if
the YU joint, and then we'll come back with the because
I was gonna say if I get to pick, I think the favorite track I've heard so far is the YU joint.
hell yeah.
And how did this go down? Maticulous.
I met YU at the in-store for In the Rough, him and Odyssey. And,
There you go.
And YU's like my favorite rapper. Like he's definitely top 5 for me right now.
Strong right there,
I agree with it.
He's so
1978ers
slept on.
album, oh,
dude. So slept
so
on.
good.
I thought the Urn was his best, but
I need
yeah,
to go back and dig into that a little more.
he's crazy. It's crazy he's so slept on. But we went back and forth. The first joint we actually did together was on a project I did called Mellow 2, and it was him and Audible Doctor, and then it turned out really great. And I was like, I would love to have you on my LP, and he was down. So it worked really well.
And
That's
Steve
dope.
just hit the
Little
soundboard because-
known fact is that I have YU smoke detector on my MP right here.
Did you ever check that interview?
Yeah, you said you had YU on, and I checked it out, and I hit you up after that. I was like, yeah, that smoke detector was rough, but it was a good interview. It was
I remember.
really good.
So actually, that
incredible.
was C's that did the interview. The one of the three of us that's not here tonight. And I remember he's like, "So I got the interview, and it's dope as hell." ... But
there's a smoke detector going off. Legendary
it makes
shit.
it still could only it could never be our worst interview because our worst interview was with mega producer Broadway, aka Tone, who was set up the same way that we're doing this G chat here today and forgot to record his vocals.
Oh, shit. Are we
And I will
recording right now?
continue- We are. Recording
Yeah,
right
I was
now.
gonna say, are you
and I
guys
will
fucking
continue
recording?
to jab him forever for that.
Yeah, he doesn't listen. So
Tone.
it's all right. Oh, my bad.
There you go. No, you got it.
All right. So what up? This is the same way. Maticulous featuring YU.
Like I was telling my man, you get tired of hearing like we all talking about the end result, how much money in the bank and all that, but I'm not feeling the same feel. Like, you know what I'm saying? The music is supposed to make a connection with how you feel. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's how I look at it. You know. Now each and every song that I write, every joint, giving you a piece of my life. That's right, y'all. Peace of mind is what I tend to find between the margin of the paper signs, and I gotta take my time. Take your time. This is for fame, and how to say what you tell them. That I don't feel the same. Yo, there's way too many suckers crowding lanes. Let me do my thing. Come on, let's get it, y'all. Any of them rock the bone, it's mine. We both ride. If you use it, gotta do the thing. No, you're scared. She waste your energy and time. Shit, we can't go quiet. Please let me remind you to God. You know it's fucking rules. The reason that you sing is just to get it. And I don't feel the same. Damn shame, but I ain't wanna just complain. Let me explain my pain. I bang the rhyme without a timer. My name is why, and I'm about building a better being. I'm seeing and I put my chi into that. Me in the back, but still leading the pack. Not trying to let cash just distract where my mission is at. They put that bullshit up here, why do you listen to that? I mean, it kinda tells exactly where your interest is at. You want the power, get the bread, never shared. Celeb status, get head on the rig. Big booty broads in your bed, that's what you want, right? That'll be the highlight of your life. typical. That's the shit I don't like. I hold the mic for reasons. Speaking for the ones without a tongue, introverted, so assertive was the way when I was young. But now I'm blowing them out, so no one a doubt. I just get it in, then put it out. Niggas are quicker to doubt, but how I'm slicker, they putting their foot in their mouth. Talking about more than you doing. Who in the hell got time to hear the tale? I'm trying to be doing well too. Rhyming, I'm self-analyzing, so for real, dude, you could just chill. My focus ain't to outskill you. Tough times make you say fuck trying. That shit is mine. The trophy quote me my name sign. Aim high, but I still did it though. Yup, and it was difficult, but I'm equipped to grow. Not dipping low in just the different shows. A leader never ceases. That's cause he's got reasons to do this until the day he deceases.
Now each and every song that I will write, I'm giving you a piece of my life. Peace of mind is what I tend to find between the margin of the paper slides. I gotta take my time. So do this just for faith, and I'll just say that I don't feel the same.
Yo, there's way too many suckers crowding lanes. Let me do my thing. Come on, let's get it, yo.
Many of them hop up on this mind. If you use it, gotta do the thing right. Or else you waste your energy and time. Should be keeping quiet. Please let me remind you the guidelines. If the reason that you're saying is just to get an then I don't feel the same.
Listening to Let me find out.
And we're back.
Chrome Bills, episode 108. Want to shout out C's Mike's missing in action tonight. But since we had the ability to have Maticulous on, made sense to go trudge forward with the interview. But
especially since the Chrome tape is coming out.
Rhythm and Spirit.
So where can people get the Chrome tape?
You can get it right now off my Bandcamp. It's maticulous21.bandcamp.com. And
that's Maticulous with an A, too.
Yeah, Maticulous with an A, because my first name's Matt, and I didn't want to put it M-E, so fuck it, you know?
Respect. So are you a detail-oriented person?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like when people ask me that, it has a negative connotation, like I'm anal, but I just, you know, I like to make my beats in a meticulous way, I guess.
I mean, you showed up early in New York, which is amazing. You showed up early for the interview. We were like, all right, he's on. We said 8:30. We're on New York time, so it'll be sometime between 8:45, 9 o'clock.
Time is
and
valuable.
That's tight, dude.
It's appreciated.
Yep.
Especially when you're a kid, man. Your time is precious, you know.
Like
you get that hour. You get the hour when they take a nap or something. I'm like, all right, I just made 2 beats.
True.
How many beats? How many beats are you making now that you're a father of 2?
I've made 1 beat in the past 6 months.
And that's the one for the jungle.
But it made it on the radio, so
true.
I'm good.
Hey, man, you're batting 1,000.
Dude, I'm feeling good about that.
That's dope.
And my daughter likes it. We listen to it every day in the car.
That's the most important thing.
The most important.
Yeah.
Do you have kids?
Well, I have 1.
Oh, congrats, brother.
Yeah, thanks, man. She'll be 2 in August.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I got my daughter's 2.5. So.
Oh, that's dope, man.
Yep.
But yeah, by far her best or her favorite project of mine is the Chrome tape. Like
she likes the Chrome tape.
Yeah, I put the tape in and she vibes the whole time. And she always says some more. So.
Do you think she's anti-rapper and she's more into like?
No, she likes rapping, but she likes instrumentals. She likes beats. I don't know.
Who's what rapper is she really gravitating to? It's the YU joint that comes on. She's like, every time I hop up on this mic.
Actually, she likes Black Hoodie rap. That's her favorite genre. Yeah.
Black Hoodie rap has what? Rod Digga and
Lil Fame.
And Lil Fame.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, when we mentioned Little Fame earlier,
yes.
I stumbled on, because I'm obsessed with Black Thought. I believe that last week when I was drunk, I called him my spirit animal. I'm not even sure what that means.
To me,
I mean it as a compliment.
To me, he has a strong case for the greatest of all time.
I think, yeah. The more and more we talk about him, it becomes like top 5. Now he's like top 3. We're down to top 3 at this point.
Yeah.
With Black Thought.
I think the only argument that takes him out of being number 1.
No solo album.
would be would just be the no solo album or just the fact that there isn't. I'm not sure there's a signature record, and I'm not sure there's a signature song. Right, there's not that moment
But does
of
there have
clarity
to be?
the way that. Well, no, but there definitely doesn't have to be. There definitely doesn't have to be. But it makes the argument so much easier when someone's like, "Oh, Jay-Z's not number one," and then someone's like, "Plays Can I Live?" And you're just like, "Oh yeah, that's pretty fucking ill."
Yeah, but what about Nas? What's his signature song? Does he have one? He has a signature album.
Like represent. I feel like almost anything off like
New York State of Mind.
New York State of Mind represent.
I view that as
Maybe Nas is like
one.
if you wanted.
Nas
to
is
go,
like
if you
could
wanted
be
to go later.
Could be it. I don't know.
yeah. I don't know. But
Whereas I think the Black Thought stuff is there's a strength in the fact that the shit is never whack, right? There's not this moment where it's like, oh, remember when he tried to do this and he sounded corny as shit? That doesn't exist.
Nope.
But then like the best verses, they're scattered. And it's even the albums that you forget about, like the Tipping Point or Phrenology, where you would still just go in and on track 11, it's like, damn, he went fucking raw as shit for 2 minutes to start this song.
Dude, that track with Static Selector that he did a couple years back.
Yeah, that verse
with
was
Joey
crazy.
Badass
With-
and
yeah, dude,
Raekwon.
I was just had something on shuffle and that fucking song came out. I was like, Jesus, like. Is that the greatest verse I've ever heard?
It was long. It was a long verse.
Yeah,
too.
it was like goddamn 60 bars or something,
Yeah.
So I stumbled on it's on a Tony Touch Toka Tuesday. It's a video on YouTube. They're all sitting in the studio. It's like the dude
I know
from
exactly
Dead
what you're
Prez,
talking about. Yep.
Lil Fame, Black Thought, and I think Sean Price even comes in for a little bit. And it's not a freestyle. Like you can tell, at least it's not entirely freestyle. And by that I mean like off the head. Because
Right,
I know
for
in New York the term freestyle sometimes
Spit
means
a
like
16.
Yeah, spit a 16. They're like, oh, you picked the beat for me, so I'm
Yeah.
freestyling. But I'm like
You're gonna hear this verse in like 4 months on a different
exactly.
beat.
Yeah.
That's why I respect Rod Digga. She's like, because when I do a verse, you ain't gonna hear it on my CD. Tricking mad low and brow. This is how it's going down. But like he does these like they're these long, like it's that same thing like you're saying about Bird's Eye View. Like they're these long 48 bar verses, and then he's like able to weave in things where he'll be like, oh, something something Tony Touch, and like it's a written rhyme, but he's like, oh, I could freak this and still make it about the moment and make it unique to now. And they're just, the thing about the verses is they're fucking relentless.
Right.
Yeah.
Even that acapella he did like for the Harvard Business School or something the other day. It was
Oh,
like
yeah,
fucking
I
off
saw
the
that,
chain,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah, that was dope.
So is that like so do you have like a short list of dream collaborations?
Yes, man, if I could do an album with Black Thought,
Yeah.
that's
it.
Yeah, that would be, shit.
What about for songs? Like who's just rattle off some names that come to your mind of people that if they said, hey, they reached out to you and said, hey, I really like your shit. I'd like to do something.
Probably.
That you'd be like clicking your heels.
I don't know if I can do that.
Yeah.
Yo, clicking your heels.
I don't know why I used that phrase, but
I
I'm just
don't
gonna
know
own
why
it.
he did
Hashtag.
spirit animal.
You
If
watch,
you could
like,
meet your
spirit
spirit
animal,
animal, would you click your
I
heels
watch
3
Wizard of
times?
Oz in the past couple of days. Or something. Like, that's how we celebrate it.
He's on fire.
Black Thought, Pharoah Monch, Kendrick for sure, Anderson .Paak. I just like the idea of doing a whole album. I like doing producer albums, but I would prefer just producing for one artist personally.
And no one's ever approached you on that, or just never the right person?
Never the right person.
Like Billy the MC has been like, yo, let's get on, son.
Yeah,
He's actually gotten a lot better though.
Yo, Billy's nice. Wait, who was
Billy?
it?
Yeah.
What was the one from last episode? It was not push and pull. There was some crazy we have this theme on the show where we come up with made up rap names that sound like they would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, Bob and Weave.
Oh, it's Bob and Weave, the ill combo. Bob and Weave.
Is that a super group or is it one dude?
No,
that's a
two
super
guys,
group.
but they
Okay.
keep
Yeah,
you
it's a
guessing.
super-
Weave
yeah,
is
it's a super
actually like really straightforward. You wouldn't see it coming. He kind of rhymes like very deliberate. Like he's kind of like an evidence.
How are you spelling this?
dilated.
Is it just an N or is it and? Or
No,
is
I think
it
it's got to
the
be an
word?
N. Yeah, it definitely
Okay.
has to be an N. Yeah.
Bob and Weave. I like
Yeah,
that.
pull a T. You know what I'm saying?
Pull the T's in there.
3 chains.
KRS-2, he's nice. I'm telling you. Not as good as KRS-1, But his opinion of African Bambaataa, a little bit easier to swallow.
Yeah, I'm not
What,
gonna
so
touch that.
yeah, no, yeah, that's that. So what about folks from your hometown?
Oh,
Are you from?
yeah.
You said you're from Pittsburgh, or
Yeah, well, I'm
Okay.
from a small town outside of Pittsburgh, Evansburg.
Okay.
Small town, just, yeah. But since Mac Miller and Wiz
Yeah.
kind of blew up, the scene has gotten a little better.
Yeah.
And there's a couple dudes that I really love from there. Hubs,
Yep.
who's on the album. Beatty is on the album. And this group called Folkland. They're two dudes. They reminded me so much of Slum Village when I first heard them. And they're not really popping like that in Pittsburgh, but I just loved them. I loved their
Yeah.
voices.
they
And-
sound a lot like Slum Village, dude.
Yeah,
When I was
I
listening
got
to the
that
record, I was like,
feeling.
oh, you got Slum Village on the record. That's dope. And then
Yeah.
it was, I looked down, I was like, oh, okay, Folkland.
And
that's not a shot. You know what I mean?
no, I mean that's
Yeah.
dope. But yeah, I actually in 2000, what year was that? 2012. I did a free EP with Fat Beats. They put it out just digitally, and it was just all MCs from Pittsburgh. It's called the Confluence EP. Yeah, check that out. It's on my SoundCloud. But
Okay.
BD Hubs, Folkland were on there. This dude John Quest, Shad Ali, and forgive me if I'm forgetting a couple names, but yeah, it was just all Pittsburgh rappers.
What's up?
There's another dude, Boaz. Is that the guy's name?
Yeah, he signed with Rostrum, I believe.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
that was Wiz Khalifa's group.
That's his
label.
shit. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. That's dope. Is there another Maticulous out there?
There's actually
Okay.
a rapper on the West Coast.
Dope.
And he does. It's kind of more trap style.
Right.
But I always spell my name lowercase, and I try to like differentiate that way because we spell it the exact same way. He does it with
Right.
an M because I think I'm not sure what his first name is, but yeah, it's kind of sucks on iTunes because our music it lumped as in the same artist.
It's lumped up.
Yeah, but yeah, you'll definitely tell because
Yeah, it's a little bit different.
Totally different than him. And
Yeah, he
the
has one
music's
album.
different.
He has one album that is a little more like clubby sounding. You know.
Yeah,
It sounds like a LFMAO or whatever, LMFAO album or whatever.
Yeah,
And I was like, this doesn't quite sound like what I was expecting.
Is that the
Yeah.
one that you first checked, and then we're like, "Yo, who the fuck is Chuck booking for
like, why
interviews
is this
nowadays?
dude?
Like, I need to get up to New York and
Yeah.
take control of this situation."
Now,
Yeah,
now that I look, maybe his name is Maticulous.
Maybe I don't know.
Why is it
I'm just
spelled that
talking-
way, or you just dropping bombs?
I'm just trying it was just a bad
I didn't
joke.
know where you were going with that.
I didn't. It was just a bad joke. So we occasionally have a few of those.
It happens. I have a question because I know Steve's going to ask it, and I know a lot of our nerdy fans, and I mean that in the most affectionate way.
Can
are
I
gonna
guess
ask
what the
it,
question
which
is?
The
Oh
equipment.
yeah, guess
Yeah,
please
that's
guess.
Was that the guess?
Yeah,
You already had it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because that's common. Every interview I do, they ask me what equipment I use. No shot. But people.
I
wanna
wasn't-
We
know.
waited.
I actually
This
wasn't
is-
gonna-
We're
Yeah,
45
yeah,
minutes in.
Yeah.
Let's do
So
it.
we're happy to have Maticulous here. So how exactly do you make these hip hop beats that you make?
Well, there's like a sampler,
Yeah.
and
So what we do is
I
we
click
we
my
get us-
heels and then beats.
we
beats
get
come.
us. Yeah, I click my heels and beats come.
Yeah. I use a MPC 2000 XL and Pro Tools, and I have like a synth, like a Yamaha Motif that I never use anymore, but I use just like virtual synths and stuff like that, but mostly just records, drum machine, Pro Tools. That's it.
There you go.
are there rules that you follow
Not
in terms of
anymore.
sampling?
Not
No,
anymore.
okay, fuck
Yeah,
it,
used
because
to
it's
be
all
just-
out the window,
just
right?
vinyl, yeah.
Yeah.
No one cares, so why am I going to limit myself? Because I'm making a rule. I'm
Right,
making a rule
right.
for myself. Like, I'm only going to use vinyl. I'm not going to online dig. I'm going to, no.
Right.
Okay, so you used that term earlier when we were talking about how record collections bloom. This was before the show started.
Okay.
And you said online digging. So that's what you meant by that, is finding obscure MP3s and then using those to chop up.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, I love going to the record store. I love it. But with a daughter,
Yeah.
if I have an hour, would I rather go to the record store or make a beat? I would rather make a beat. I want to be productive, so that's what I do.
If you do go to the record store now, where are you going? You're staying in
Dollar bin, motherfucker.
Dollar bin.
Oh, straight up
Hitting
dollar
up the
bin.
dollar
Huh?
bin. It's all about the Washingtons.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting. So what's the illest shit you ever found in the dollar bin?
Illest shit to sample or illest record?
Illest
'Cause
record.
there's okay.
Collect like this is $100 record and I just copped it at the dollar bin.
Well, I
Have you
don't
ever-
know. I don't know if it's.
Maybe it's not monetary
I don't
for
know
you.
if it's if it's worth $100. But I got the James Brown, the joint with the Man's World on it, the soundtrack. The name is escaping me right now, but
This is a man's world.
yeah, the whole album, man. I'm
Okay.
disrespecting myself.
I should
right
know
now.
it too, but whatever. It's all good.
And I got. You ever hear that joint by E-Roll called "Listen"? It came out in 1994.
Wow.
It's a West Coast joint. It samples.
I love it. This is the first.
Sunshine. Play.
Yeah.
Find,
Oh,
find it
yeah,
right now
yeah,
if
yeah.
you
Roy
wanna play
Ayers.
it.
Everybody
Yeah,
loves
yeah,
the
yeah.
sunshine.
But I bought
Yeah.
that shit for $1, and then
Yeah.
you guys remember the Sound Library? It was
Of
on,
course. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
They were selling that for $50.
That's gangster.
And I love that joint, and I got it for
Yeah.
$1, and it's like pristine, and they're selling it on their shelves for $50. I'm like,
Right.
damn.
Right.
So probably those two $2 bin finds were
That's fire.
were memorable.
Was that joint you did with YU? Was that a sample based record? Or was that were you
Can't tell
playing on that?
I can't tell you that.
Oh, true. I'm not trying to blow.
No,
up
no,
your
it's
spot.
all good. No, it's both actually. It's both.
Okay. Yeah,
So you
because
have-
like
have deviated into doing.
Yeah, I do.
supplementation of-
Yeah, I do. I do both. I like to incorporate the sample with whatever bass I play, whatever synths I play. Yeah, that's my style right now. It
who's
changes
doing the cut? Who's doing the cuts on your records?
I've had 3 different people do cuts. This dude
Okay.
DJ Brace, who is from Canada, and he's monster. He just won the 2016 online DMC championships.
Oh, for real?
Mm-hmm.
That means he's soon to be a Chrome Bills guest since we've had 14 and 15 on.
Yeah,
I think
I'll hook it up for you.
If you can, that'd be
that's
awesome.
my man.
Yeah, we had
You want a Juno
DJ ID. Shout out to DJ
Okay.
ID.
We had ID, and then Throwdown. I guess didn't win. He was like in
Third place, I think.
Third place.
Yeah,
Throwdown
you
got
should
third
check
place
out
or
his
something.
routine. He did it in Miami, and the ocean is behind him.
Oh, dude, I saw that one. It was fucking incredible.
Fretless
Oh, yeah,
fader.
of course.
Like,
yeah,
he's
it was
the first DJ to do that.
Yeah.
He
Chuck, do you know what a fretless fader
Is that
is?
when you take the
It's
piece
like
off and you just use
it's like a
them?
wah wah pedal, but a
No.
but a-
Oh, okay.
It's
for-
like they
for a
link up
fade.
the
Yeah.
the crossfader to the pitch control, so you can speed up. Like if you move your fader up, then it speeds the record up or it slows it down. So it really kind of takes like the
it's kinda
instrumentation
like a
to like
guitar
another
wah-wah
level.
effect.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's cool
dope.
as fuck, man.
Okay.
But he won a Juno in 2004 also for his. He had an instrumental album. I forget what it was. The name of it.
Shout out to DJ Brace, man.
DJ Brace, what up, homie?
Hell yeah! If we can hook that, that'd be great.
And DJ Skiz, and also Element. He did the cuts on the track called The Hulk on my E EP.
Bet.
Steve was getting ready to throw his hat in the ring.
I
He's like,
no,
"Yo,
I'm not.
I got skills on this.
No, dude. I listened to the cuts on the album and I was like, these guys are all better than me, but that's all right. Yeah, Skiz is a monster, man.
Oh,
Skiz is super dope, man. I really like his record too.
Yeah, he's dope.
I feel like the Chrome tape and his new record, that Cruise Control record, seems like they kind of have the similar vibe. You know what I mean?
You know what's crazy? We both didn't know what we were working on, and he came into New York a couple months ago, and he's like, "I'm putting this shit out called Cruise Control," and he showed me the artwork. I'm like, "Damn!" I'm doing this thing called the Chrome tape, and we played the albums for each other, and we're like, "Fuck yeah, this is dope!" Like we're kind of on that like just chill. When I made this Chrome tape, you ever see Menace to Society?
Of course.
Yeah.
Where the scene where he's in the car bumping Computer Love.
Yeah.
And like I just I just wanted to make my own version of that. Just like get in the car and just let the beats just ride out and just vibe. And he was kind of on that same wavelength, but put MCs on it. It's dope. It comes out tomorrow. You guys should definitely.
I feel like when you're talking about digital digging, as far as songs go, one of the hardest things to find is on the show soundtrack. There was Biggie doing "Me and My Bitch" over the
Computer
Computer
Love.
Love instrumental. Can't find that
Classic.
shit anywhere in like the
I'll send it to
YouTube. You have it? Okay.
I have it on MP3.
Yeah, there you go.
I like it.
But
like
I've had it since like what 90
Yeah, since
whatever
then.
because it was on the album. Man, that was the first track I went to. He had the ultimate pause line there too. If you
Which was
recall,
what?
"You look so good, I'd suck on your
suck on your
daddy's."
daddy's
Oh,
Yeah,
that's as bad.
He drops
as it
that in
gets.
another track though, right?
No, it's in "Me and My Bitch." By the way,
Yeah,
I actually
yeah.
had heard
Yeah,
one
yeah.
of the great pause or "Ayo" lines earlier. Was I was listening to Redman today. It was "Cosmic Slop." I'm not even sure what this means, but you should cue up the button. Is that Keith Murray said? He's that man. Listen, I'll give you a whole crew of ass drenching. Like what does that even mean? You might got more cash than me.
I was
but
just
you ain't
gonna
got
draw
the
silence,
skills,
yeah.
right?
Man, that battle was dope though. You guys remember did you buy the DMX "It's Dark and Hell Is Hot" album?
If
I
didn't
have
buy
it, yeah.
I had it.
Yeah, I got
That campaign, the Def Jam campaign for that summer,
Uh-huh.
they came with double discs, and in the second disc they gave you unreleased songs of albums that were coming out, and that LL Cool J disc was on the second disc of the
that was
DMX
the
album.
What was the name? There was
Survival of the Illest, yeah.
Survival of the Illest.
Yeah, when I heard that, I'm like, damn. So I went out and I actually heard LL's first, and then I went back and bought Cannabis's CD single, and then I went to see LL at Three Rivers Stadium in '98, and that was like one of the first times he performed it. It was dope.
Wow.
And that was what the response to Second Round Knockout.
Yes. Yeah.
To me, more forgettable than second round knockout. To me, that sticks out as
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is dope.
I think he won
I
just
like the
just
LL
based off that. I mean,
joint,
you know,
yeah.
yeah, I think he won off of that one.
I love when people would really go fucking balls to the wall, but I think that a lot of times I only remember one track. Like I know Ice Cube had a response to Bitchin' You. I know he did, and I've heard it, but like I just remember.
Did he
That
have a
might be
response?
my favorite diss track of all time.
Yeah.
That's Pete Rock beat.
Pete Rock beat.
Pete
I
Rock.
actually have that on record, and my limited record collection. That would be one of them.
And
Yeah, and I gave it to you.
No, I've had that shit since before I even knew you.
No, it's, yo, am I lying?
you guys
I
are
shipped
beefing
that.
right now.
No, I remember shipping it to you. That's all right.
And the
Oh, I might have doubles then.
Okay, all right.
you guys are
No, you know what? I sent you the
nerding.
I sent you the relativity.
That's what it is. I
I
have
sent you the.
I have the single with the instrumentals and everything, and you're right.
You're
You
right.
sent me the
Okay.
DJ doo-wop.
So
The
we're both.
Relativity mixtape continues on.
That was a good
It's a good
mixtape,
one,
man.
too.
That was a good mixtape.
Who else was on that? That had the it was Beat Nuts. If you owe me money, better find that shit. Like before Stone Crazy came out.
Ridiculous.
Talk about a group and just in particular that record of things to go back to. God damn. Like, is there? I mean, obviously, if I was like, who did you grow up listening to, and you were like, yeah, Jay-Z, Nas, Wu-Tang, Boot Camp. Like, I feel like that's the low-hanging fruit. But are there any of those groups out there? Like for me, like Redman is one, and the Beat Nuts are another, that are not on everyone's immediate list. Where you're like, God, this is what really, on top of the other stuff, what really like put me into the next level for hip hop fandom.
I was gonna say one of my other favorite diss joints was DJ Quick's Dollars and Cents.
Okay.
Nasty.
He's one of those dudes for me. Like he's probably tied for my favorite producer of all time.
What's your
So
favorite DJ Quick album?
Well, here's the thing. I don't. Well, probably Rhythmalism.
Okay.
That came out in '98. But yeah, like it's hard for me to go get through an entire Quick album because there's always a couple joints that I'm just like, I see where you were going, but
Right.
But yeah, he's him and Dilla are probably my two favorite producers.
Interesting. I got a Quick album that I bump all the time. You ever heard Trauma?
Of course.
Dude,
Yeah,
Trauma
that's dope.
Trauma is my
Super
shit,
dope.
dude.
Yeah. You hear Book of David? That came out in 2011.
I did, man. There's like 3 or 4 on there. I'm like, this is a brilliant track. Like the one wait, was the Book of David the one with Corrupt?
Yep. Flow for
Okay.
Sale.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it was called. Yeah.
He's got some beats
he
on.
came to Brooklyn. It was the first
Okay.
time I had ever seen him.
Yeah.
It was super dope. Yeah.
He's a cool motherfucker. And there's a lot of videos of him just making beats in the lab. And I'm like, okay, this guy's...
He's a
extreme
genius.
talent. Plus, he knows how to freak every piece of equipment. Plus, he knows how to engineer. Like the dude's an engineer. Like he's on point
Yeah, for sure.
for sure.
When you
nine
said
times out of 10 is the joint that I always offer that one that I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about? Okay.
I just love that sound. To me, there's like that one sound effect that I always associate with him. I know his career goes so much deeper than that, but
the flexitone.
yep, that's the one.
Yeah. It's called a flexitone. Sorry, I'm a nerd.
So when you mentioned coming to Brooklyn, as a producer, especially when you're doing albums that have like 25, 30 MCs, like how do you approach playing live? You DJ, was there times you were DJing? Would you do like I know for a while there were like beat showcases that were big among producers where I used to love to go to those events where there'd be 4 guys and it'd be like fucking Marco Polo and JZone and 2 other producers and they're just going to sit there.
I prefer those as opposed to like beat battles because I've done those and I don't think I'm the type of producer to do that. I'm more of a producer to do the showcase style because those, I don't know, it's just a different atmosphere and it's always like a certain type of beat that they play in those things, like those beat battles.
Yeah.
I was trying to find the right words, but
it's got to have
said it,
that horn in there. It's kind of like
Yo, all I know is DJ Muggs would have been killing everyone. Like he would have brought out the "We Ain't Going Out Like That" beat and the 9,000 other renditions of that. It'd just be like, boom, ba-doom,
yeah. But yeah, what was the question? I'm sorry.
When you if you're gonna go in public, like how?
Yeah, that's how that's how I would do it, and I DJ too, and I'll throw my stuff in the mix or whatever. But I haven't really actively DJ'd as much as I did before, like making music.
And children.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I would love to go on tour with an artist. That would be my outlet of choice, like going overseas, because artists like myself, people appreciate you more overseas where they like support.
Where they actually support would be the way to say it.
Yeah.
Where people actually support.
It's true. Why the fuck is... I feel like Europe is... They're just better hip-hop fans over there.
I don't know.
Like, why is that?
It's
Why?
like,
it doesn't make any sense to me, but...
Yeah, I don't know. They love
like, they still have that purist... They're like purists, you know?
And
it's
I don't
beautiful.
want to make music that sounds dated, but I like to be kind of rooted in some sort of tradition. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know if it's the fact that they like nostalgic sounding stuff or what, but... Yeah, there's a definitely... Australia,
I think it's something
Poland,
about
Russia, for sure.
It's something about the sound sounding like the logical next step as opposed to a completely different genre of music. And what I mean by that is that when you listen to XM or Sirius, they have 50 different rock stations and they've parsed it every way.
Yeah.
Where like punk music and classic rock, like Led Zeppelin and Blink-182 are not on the same station. Like,
right.
It's completely different genres of music. It's all under the umbrella of rock, but no one's confusing the two. Whereas like current, like you use the term like trap. Like to me, to play like a trap record and then to play like a Afro Marco Polo record as the next song, it's kind of like you're just lying to yourself that that's even the same music.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
And I think they're more into that like logical progression of like, okay, I liked New York hip-hop in the late 90s. What does it sound like in 2016?
Would you say, because I don't know this to be true or not, but would you say like fans of Afro and Marco Polo can be just as big of fans as, say, like who's like a big trap rapper right now? Like
Bobby Shmurda.
Designer,
is
I
that,
think
is
the big
that
one
like...
right now.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think
know
that's
it's
probably
possible,
a real thing.
But like,
I think it's true.
Would people go by the same? Would you think? I don't know.
I think so.
I don't know.
I think
today.
it's just
I really don't
that's
know.
a youth thing because I think Afro probably would like beyond like the skill level is that he also has the youth going for him.
Right.
You know, so I feel like he could win just off of that as well.
But do you think someone 18 would hear those beats and be like, this doesn't sound like what I'm used to being shoved down my throat.
I don't know. We need to get actually like how old are you, Maticulous?
35.
Okay, so
so
we're
we're all
you
in
know
the same
so like, when's the last time we had an 18 or 19-year-old on the show? You know, we need to get some younger perspectives on things. You know,
Yeah.
we need
Yeah,
like
I
a
guess
youth.
that's the only way to
we need like
find
yeah,
out.
we need like a youth correspondent.
That we should get a youth correspondent and have them like, especially we need to get someone that's really opinionated to tell us why we're fucking lost,
An
right?
opinionated youth.
Yeah,
Right.
It shouldn't be hard to find.
Yeah, I feel
I
like
just need the
when you're
version of
18, you
me
think you
when
know
I was
everything.
18. Yeah,
Yeah,
Like,
I thought I
fuck
knew
you,
everything.
motherfuckers.
Fuck you.
They'd be like, have you ever even been to a concert?
LP is the greatest rapper of all time. Don't tell me anything else.
I don't even know what Company Flow is. What's that? Oh yeah, go for it. Actually,
Hey,
let's play.
yeah. Actually, can we just do? I'm gonna give you this for like 30 seconds because, so Camp Lo did Lucchini, right? Obviously, they played Lucchini, but during like the last verse of it, they remixed it with Bobby Shmurda, like a newer beat, and so when I was driving home, I was like just Googling those two, like what the fuck, and it turns out there's like this pretty famous remix that somebody put together of these two songs, and it works really well. So like,
Okay.
kind of to tie in what we were just talking about. So this is Bobby Shmurda and Camp Lo remix here. If this plays an advertisement, I'm gonna be mad as fuck. Nah, we're good.
Chrome
Like
Bills,
obviously you've heard this
episode
beat,
1.
right? Obviously you heard this beat, right?
0.
Okay.
8. Yes.
This is it, what? Lucchini pouring from the sky, let's get rich, what? The Cheeky Vines and Sugar Dons can't quit, what? Now pop the cork and steam the Vega and
I've
get
gotta
lit,
hear it when it
what?
hits.
What? Introducing Phantom of the Dark, walk through my heaven with levitation from reefers drenching.
Yeah, you can't even front on that.
Yeah, you can't front on this right here.
You cannot front on that at all.
As we confiscate your figures.
Yo, I feel like this is right in your lane of going to somebody's house party and putting this shit on and just being like, I win the party.
You better play this on Saturday.
Oh, true. We might have
Can we rap?
me,
What do we
might,
have? Or rap with a WR.
we're at 73, so we're good. We can rap, but
We'll come back and rap.
I wanna play this for him actually. Right? This is like the best of every world.
Well, that actually just made an argument for why it's the MC's fault.
It's the MC's fault, right?
It's the MC's fault because that's insane.
Yeah.
Lucchini pouring from the sky, let's get rich, what? The Cheeky Vines and Sugar Dons can't quit, what? Now pop the cork and steam the Vega and get lit, what?
All right, so I'm gonna run this back for you.
Okay.
So when Camp Lo did Lucchini on Tuesday night, like one of the last verses, they threw on the Bobby Shmurda beat behind it.
Oh, word.
So when I was driving home, I looked it up, and it actually, I guess there's this pretty there's this DJ who put this blend out, and it's like got a ton of downloads on it, and
Okay.
the shit works really well. So I want
Really?
to know what you think about it.
This is it, what?
Hold up, yo.
Lucchini
Hold on,
pouring
wait
from
till
the
this
sky,
shit drops,
let's get
though.
rich, what? The Cheeky Vines and Sugar Dons can't quit, what? Now pop the cork and steam the Vega and get lit, what? Introducing Phantom of the Dark, walk through my heaven with levitation from reefers.
Yeah, it works, man. Like,
Yo, that shit works, right?
It does work. It does work. Holy shit! But having heard the vibe of the original song, like you almost can't know what that original was. Like if you're an 18, 19-year-old person that doesn't know,
Right,
They would
right.
love that. They would love that. That sounds.
It's crazy, right? I was like, there's no way this is.
They were actually going to be on my album, but the shit fell through.
Oh, that would have been.
They were going to be the track on my the Chrome tape called Very Excite. It's called Very Excite. That was going to be.
It's like a Borat shot.
Exactly. Yeah, that track was going to be on my album with Camp Lo, but the shit fell through.
Oh, they kind of hold up. Can we hear a snippet of that?
Yeah, if you go to my, yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Oh, you're getting your DJ Quick one right here, dude.
Yeah, I wanted like a Lucchini kind of part 2 with that.
What's the guy's name that did the Lucchini beat that also did Feeling It?
Ski Beats.
Ski Beats.
Ski.
He said Skiz.
Said Skiz. I was like, wait, we've been talking about him all night.
Ski Beats, dude. Ski Beats did Dead Presidents too, man.
Yep.
And
really?
Ski Beats was in a group called the Busy Boys back in the 80s, dude. And from Carolina, North Carolina, they got some dope tracks, man. Really ill DJ.
What did that come out on? Just record? Or
no, vinyl. Yeah, that shit's vinyl. That's like a $200 record. The Busy Boys with Ski Beats, and he fucking rhymed too, and he's nasty.
That's old
Was
school.
that your house? Hold up. What the
That
fuck
your
was
smoke
that?
detector?
I think my smoke detector.
Shout
just
out
went off.
YU. People of the day, what we say, what we play, we are not fair. We got to get him back on.
Word up. So
we got all 3 of them. We've completed the Diamond District at least. Oh, and I meant to say this earlier, and we moved on. I would be remiss.
Okay.
We were talking about DJs.
Click
and we didn't
yours.
bring up DJ Rags, friend of the show.
Shout
he also
out
did
Rags.
the cuts on the most recent Diamond District album.
Oh,
the
word.
first song, March on Washington.
That's dope.
March on Washington. Yeah.
That's a good
He's dope.
good
He's-
joint.
That's Papa Chrome right there.
Good call.
We could
So,
probably. He's one of those seasoned veterans where like we could probably get his daughter to come in and tell us why we're stupid about trap music.
It's a great
She's
idea.
like 18.
Actually, that is a great idea, Chuck. So, thanks for coming through, Maticulous. Appreciate it, man.
No doubt,
Hell
man.
yeah,
thanks,
man.
thanks for having
That
me.
was
Good looking
That was
out.
fun. Yeah, for sure. So, everybody check out the Chrome tape. I'm going to check it out, too, right now.
Yeah, if you want, hit me up on Twitter, Maticulous21, and Facebook, Maticulous Music, and SoundCloud, Maticulous Music.
Bet.
Oh, yeah. If you're playing, are you playing something to close us? You already got it queued? I was going to say the remix.
Okay.
By the way, I love Reef the Lost Cause. It's
Yeah, he's
fucking
dope.
ill, man.
He's
And
dope.
I remember I knew he was good, and then I saw him live in DC, and he did Sound of Philadelphia over the instrumental for Last Days by Onyx.
Oh, dope.
Wow.
And it was so, like, it was just one of those moments where I was like, yo, I'm not treating this guy like a tier 1 MC the way he deserves. Like, I knew he was good, but I was
Yeah,
like, wow,
he's
this
dope.
guy's really, really good.
Yeah.
And it's the remix, so both the beats are made by you, right? But
Right,
it's
yeah.
the remix version on the EP.
Yeah, that version didn't come out on the original version. Just the regular version, but then Soul Spasm re-released. You can edit that out.
Beers. Shout out to 6 Point Crisp.
Yeah, Soul Spasm re-released my EP and put that joint on as like the bonus track or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's check it out. This is Once Invented, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Bet.
Cause killer, crush cowards,
Chrome
cold
Bills
flatline.
108.
You just a fucking follower without the @ sign. Why you trending topics? I puff the illest tropics. Blend somewhere in Amsterdam with the thickest pocket. How you sign with niggas but claim indie? How you grind with niggas who ain't stingy? How you that fucking broke but claim Fendi? How you an MC but never rhymed on an MP? These are questions I ask when I step in your path. Cause your stage so corny, your records is trash. Don't make me trash them. Rap niggas got me laughing. Cause they funny like Tracy Morgan but dressed like Tracy Chapman. I make ugly rap. This the lyrical version of Beetlejuice. I smoke weed and just eat the booth. Black Air Max and my jeans are loose. Smack it till your teeth loose. The lost cause you fucking need recruits.
I get a rush when I bust some dope lines. So people eat my technique freaks and how my shit sounds.
Word is born, and I leave mics torn. Come on, and watch the spot get blown.
I take your mind back to where the all four was once invented. For real, check it.
Bring that shit back.
You got it twisted if you think I'm just a battle rapper. I'm just a rapper, that's the reason that they laughing at you. I get respect from all the dudes that you pattern after. Classic like Casablanca of the Casablanca. She brief examine the difference between the feast and famine. Now we expanding the other instincts that we commanded. Whether it's sink or swim or fight or flight, trigger fingers might decide when it's time we gon' have to leave the planet. It's no wonder I don't fuck with them much shit. I call her pussy but I love it too much. I'm Mr. Planners when I'm clutching my nuts. Rap star, bad ball, wiping blood off my tusk, motherfucker. Now, what killed the record store here, the forensics. No ifs, ands, or metaphors, clear up your lenses. It's on y'all, I don't mean to offend, but half of the fans deserve a capital sentence. Goddamn.
I get a rush when I bust some dope lines. Some people beat my technique freaks and how my shit sounds.
Word is born, and I leave mics torn. Come on, and watch the spot get blown.
I take your mind back to where the art form was once invented. For real, check it. Bring that shit back.
I get a rush when I bust some dope lines.
Some people deep my technique freaks and how my shit sounds.
Word is born, I leave mics torn. And watch the spot get blown.
I take your mind back to where the art form was once invented.
The original of this is good.
Yeah,
Yo,
it's
can
more
I have
like
the-
it's more funk.
Is that one of those ones though when you did the remix, you're like, oh Jesus, this is like,
Well, yeah, I wanted
like
something.
is it weird because they're both your children? To
Yeah,
be like,
yeah.
This baby is better.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
do you feel
but-
the
but
remix
it
is
didn't-
better of the two? Or no? You got
I don't
something
know,
on
I haven't.
the
I don't
original?
think I know the original like that, but I'm gonna say the remix is better.
'Cause that is fire, dude.
Thanks, man.
That shit is hot. Can I get the instrumental for that, dude?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Fuck.
We'll play it on here.
Yeah,
I
hell
have
yeah.
the
We'll
original.
freestyle to that on here, and we'll shoot it.
Definitely.
Yeah, the original is on the SoundCloud page. If you look at the EP, I just gave him a record. So yeah, you guys can check it out.
Yeah.
Are you still recording, or how's it going?
Oh, I did record, but I think that I think it probably cut.
Oh,
I think
okay.
we said we were out.
Oh, okay.
I can keep going. I mean, it's whatever.
No, whatever you guys want to do.
No, I think actually I'm gonna stop just to make sure I say that.